Use the big spaces with the big brush, and then you come in. You're not gonna mess up. You can't mess up. It's art. First lesson you're always gonna learn is paint goes over paint. Once you let it dry, you can fix everything up. Okay? If you don't try, you'll never learn. Okay? You got this.
Wonder how you're gonna make it, but we will pull you through. So make it, so take it, your bright days. I know you see gloomy clouds, feeling alone in the crowd.
Ralph Perez helps young men and women grow into productive members of society through elements of art, music, and spoken word. But before he got to the stage in his life, Ralph went through his own struggles.
Being sexually abused, running the streets, doing drugs.
She's sleeping, but yo, where's her purse? I gotta be quiet because I need $20. I need to get high, son. I'm sorry, Grandma, but I can't help it. I can't stop. I'm possessed. Demons in my head are hungry. Well, I don't know what to do. I don't want to hurt you. I love you. I do. I just don't love me.
But I think the hardest thing for me growing up was not having a father around.
I just wish you were there. And I just wish you were here. So I can kiss your forehead and tell you I forgive you. Tell you I understand that sometimes the direction of a man finds himself where he don't need to be, and you were just a product of that reality. But Daddy, I forgive you. And Daddy, I miss you.
I'm not gonna say it was a horrible thing, but I'm glad that I went through it because it made me the man that I am today.
Ralph can identify with the children he works with because they have experienced similar hardships in their lives.
You saw through this? It's right back. So these kids are coming from the hood, and all they are, they're beautiful kids and they're great kids. All they need is some love, some guidance, and actually, what they're not just love, but tough love, because that's what these kids will respond to. If I tell a kid to take a time out, he'll laugh at me. But if I tell a kid, listen, sit down or get out, he'll look at me like, okay, he's serious. Rihanna, relax.
Ralph volunteers at many after-school programs in New York City, but his biggest accomplishment began with starting his own graffiti crew back in 1979.
And nobody wanted to put me down in their crew, so I decided to make my own crew. And being a big comic book fan, my favorite comic book was the X-Men. And to me, they were the baddest and the craziest and most awesome superheroes ever. So I decided to name my graffiti crew the X-Men. And we're talking about 30 years later, the X-Men is now the world's biggest graffiti crew. We're in over 9 different continents, every major city in America. And we took X-Men and turned it from an illegal graffiti crew into a non-profit organization, which is called Xmental Inc. And Xmental means it's a different way of thinking. When you think of mental, you think of crazy, right? When you think of Xmental, you're not crazy anymore. See, I used to be crazy. Sometimes I'm a little nuts, but I used to be crazy as a little boy when I used to deal with the probation department and the police. My gateway crime was graffiti. And from graffiti, I went through every spectrum of crime. And I would say that the reason I do what I do now through Xmental is because no child should go through what I went through. I went through a whole lot in the streets.
The biggest crime in America is not being able to breathe and think free. So when you see me, tell me, what do you see? A kid or a smaller reflection of you? If adults really knew how much kids are people too, then maybe they would stop acting a fool. Everything we learn it from you. Because behavior is taught and manners are groomed. We look, listen, and mimic everything that you do. So stop scratching your head and asking what's wrong without you. The question you should be asking is what's wrong with you. Thank you.
Powerful words and beautiful artwork were shared at the Xmental finale held at Carnegie Hall. The community was able to give back by bidding on artwork done by a group of students, some who were mentally challenged and physically disabled. The artwork they produced and the lessons that they learned were a great accomplishment.
The highest earner for the night was a young woman by the name of Deshawn, who's mentally challenged, and she made $335 that day. So we're not here to make these young men and women into better artists or into these supreme artists. We're here to make them better people by using the power of art.
I actually did this piece, well, when I first got on probation, I talked to a couple of my peers about who Miss Amanda Coleman was. To contribute to her, it meant something to me and to the people around me. So just to give back to the community and to the justice system, I did this for Miss Coleman.
All profits from the silent auction went to the kids themselves, as a reward for their hard work and growth through Xmental Inc.
You're all gonna get a bag, and in your bag, you have an Xmental t-shirt, plus the Xmental bag, and also inside of it, an Android tablet. Okay? Alright? And that's for you guys that showed up for the last day, okay? So, Raekwon Etheridge, Jose Guardiola, Jocelyn Allen, stay up here, brother, stay up here. And Deshauna Ahmed.
That's it.
Yeah! Even though I might be a mentor or teacher to some of the kids, I'm always a student. And I learn something every day from these kids. I love you. Yeah, I love you.
I take a look at myself up in the mirror and understand that I'm always the bigger picture. Even though times get rough and things get hard, you gotta move on. Life is you make it so by any means. Keep your head up and go for your dreams. Be brave, be strong, you're not alone up in this world. Gotta step right, keep your head tight, take anything you want in life, 'cause that's what I heard.
I heard them say that life is what you make